What goals are you setting as you look to what comes next in your career?
Yeah, I don't have any goals. It's just not the way I do things.
No.
No. I think the problem with goals is that goals limit you. It's not that goals give you something to stretch into, but they limit you because you don't understand the real possibility of something. I call it the U, right? The U, YOU, which is me and you, plus the U, the big universe, everything that's going on. When Howard Schultz started Starbucks, he didn't know that there was going to be this huge societal need for a third space that wasn't home and wasn't work. He just wanted to build a really cool coffee shop and replicate this experience he had in Italy. So if he had set himself a goal for Starbucks to say, well, whatever, I want to have 10 stores in Seattle, that's going to be all, in a way he would have limited himself from the larger possibility of what was going on. So it's not that I think a bigger outcome is better. It's not that. It's just that I just don't, I think a goal, there's a certain kind of maybe even arrogance to putting out a goal. And I just don't feel like I get to do that. I get to, trust my intuition. I get to go work with people and organizations that I love and that I think, could benefit from me. And where that goes, I don't know. And how that results, I don't know. And I don't really care.
Right.
It's just outcomes are interesting and outcomes are really cool when they happen, and outcomes that surprise you are the best.
Do you feel the same way about milestones?
Yeah, because milestones is, again, the same thing. Then you make a goal and you back into milestones to get to a goal. Mm-hmm. That's the outcome modality of living.
Yeah.
I'm a journey guy.
Yeah.
Right? So this is actually what's interesting is in society, we are taught the tools for the first two modalities of life, living life, safety and outcome. We're either taught safety tools or we're taught outcome tools. In business, you go to business school, it's all outcome, outcome, outcome. And so mission statements and goals and all that kind of thing. Or safety, how do I get that job? And how do I get this, And journey is a third modality. That's been the work of my life, is to realize that, there's a third way of living and being and existing and doing things. And it therefore needs different tools. And the mistake to make is to use the tools of one modality and try to impose them on the other, right? So business planning is a great example, right? In entrepreneurship. Where's your business plan? Well, why do I need a business plan? Why? Steve Jobs didn't have a business plan. Bill Gates didn't have a business plan, and so on and so forth. Richard Branson and so on and so forth. Anita Roddick. Well, because you need a business plan. Well, no, because you're in the outcome modality of building a business. And because that needs a business plan, and because you need to tell an investor what you're doing, then you need to write a business plan. But if you're a journeyer, you don't know where you're going. You're going to make it up as you go along. So writing a business plan is not a good, useful intervention for you. So I think part of the separation is to go, okay, I don't have anything to add to the outcome or safety modalities of living. I think the world has enough tools and enough experts and enough resources and universities and help for all those two things. And I'm like, great, good luck. Mm-hmm. I'm over here working on journey stuff, right? And so what other tools, and maybe we can use some of these tools, but all likelihood we have to modify those tools. So in an outcome organization, it's mission. We have a mission. In a journey organization, we have a question. Subtle, we still have a thing that we're going for, but we frame it as a question, whereas here we frame it as a mission. Things like that. So you start to separate, and the journey architecture starts to arise. So I'm not poo-pooing goals. It's just, as a journey person, goals don't make any sense, or they don't make sense in the way that they would for an outcome or safety person.